how you can make an onion cough syrup. So you need a jar, and you'll put a layer of onion in the bottom of the jar. The layer of onion may be about 1/2 inch, and then you put a spoonful of honey on that. So we'll put our spoonful of honey on that. Now when you buy raw honey in the winter, it's often quite solid. Have you found that? And you can do this with the solid honey. And whether it's a runny honey like this, or whether it's a solid honey, they will both work. I'm making this at the beginning of our lecture because by the end of the lecture you'll see a syrup will begin to form. So now we're putting in another layer of onion. The first time I read about this recipe, it said to use sugar, but I didn't give my children sugar, so I really didn't want to make it with sugar. So I thought, I'll try it with honey, and it works very well with honey. And honey can be very soothing too on a sore throat. So now we cut up and do another layer. So if you have a big family and they've all got bad coughs, you could do several onions and fill the jar. So for purposes of illustration, we're just going to use our one onion. So we put another layer in. And another layer of honey. Now the sky's the limit with how you make this. You can put garlic in there, you can put ginger in there as well as if you like. Now our last layer goes in, and you end with a layer of honey. And drizzle it over. And if my grandchildren were here, I would give them this spoon to lick. So as you can see at the moment, we've just got sticky onion and, sticky honey and onion. By the end of the lecture, in fact in about half an hour, you'll find a runny syrup. It's actually almost runny like water, and that's your onion syrup. So you leave the onion in the honey for 24 hours, and after 24 hours, in fact you'll see it even tomorrow through the day, it'll look like onion swimming in a syrup. So the reaction of the onion, the sticky honey on the onion, it produces this syrup. So after 24 hours, you strain the onion out, and there you've got your onion syrup, which you can keep in the fridge. How long will it keep for? Well, I always used to say it doesn't keep long in my house. My children very much like the onion syrup. But one German lady in a meeting one day, she said, oh, I've had a jar in my fridge for 10 years. I guess because it's honey, it keeps. So what's the dosage? Well, in a little 2-year-old, you might give them 1/2 teaspoon 3 times a day, you know. For an older child or an adult, you might give them a teaspoon 3 times a day. I used to say to my children, if they had a bad cold, if you sit still and let mummy put poultices on you and put a few things on you, then you can have a teaspoon of onion syrup. Now my children, I did not give them lollies, so they thought the onion syrup was pretty good. But I guess if children are used to a lot of sweet things, I don't know, you'll have a taste tomorrow. But it's actually quite a nice syrup. Let's have a look. Now you can see, it's probably an hour ago that I did this. So if you've got someone with a bad cough, in 1 hour you can have you've got enough syrup to give them a little bit. But ideally, see it starting to swim in it? Ideally you let that sit for 24 hours.
Drinking warm water before bed fixes